short introduction session for the Mask's newest product, Firefly. And let's get started. So Firefly is basically a next generation decentralized social aggregator. What does that mean is, if you can go to the next. What does that mean is, it's actually an aggregator that it initially would look like a Twitter client. But when you're actually browsing the content, you'll be able to see content from Farcaster as well as the Lens protocol. So it is a really like an aggregator for a few decentralized social networks, and in the future we might want to bring in some Mastodon instances as well as the latest Nostrum. We have two premises when we're developing this app. One would be your digital social graph is super essential. What that means is, I want to start actually with my journey to Denver. So a few new friends and old friends with me, we drove 3 cars from California to Denver, and it took us maybe 72 hours. We're trapped in snow. We got a speeding ticket in Nevada. That's like an $800 speeding ticket, and then we had a bunch of McDonald's. We had arguments, super stressed out, and we had a great time together. So by the end of the day, when we arrived in Denver, we were already best friends with each other, right? And this is a meaningful connection. And what we do is we add each other on Twitter, we add each other on our Telegram, right? We add each other on WeChat. And from 10 years from now on, I want to stay in this social graph. I want to stay this connection. I don't want to lose this friendship. I don't want to be like, because the technology develops, because the technology advances, I'm going to abandon this platform, start a new platform, so I can't be seen by those friends at some point in my life. I don't want to see that. So first of all, this digital social graph is essential to us, and this should be actually owned by us, and Web3 can solve this problem for us, and we all know this premise. And second is to actually own the social graph. It's gonna take us a long time together, because mass adoption is gonna be really hard. It's really hard to convince people to abandon Twitter and directly go to, let's say, Lens protocol, to directly go to Farcaster, because there's no people there, right? You spend like years building up your Twitter following. You spend years to follow people, to curate your following list, and you just don't want to give it up. So Firefly is here to solve this problem. This is what a social graph looks like as a database, and this is where your actual social graph stores. And this is very dehumanized. This stores in our heart, it stores in our mind, and we want to carry it with our wallet. So the Firefly's attempt is actually link your Web2 identity to your on-chain identity, as well as mirror your social graph in the Web3 world. So your user experience with Firefly is when you're browsing the timeline, when you're actually checking out your friends' posts, their Farcaster's content and their Lens content will be there side by side, as well as you will be able to actually link you will actually be able to mapping your Twitter social graph with, if your friends are active on Lens, if your friends are active on Farcaster, you will be able to find them easily. So this is the initial product where you can see is there are literally few tabs. This is Vitalik's Twitter profile, and tapping this button, you will be able to see Vitalik's Lens profile. And then here, if you scroll to a little bit to the right, you will see Vitalik's Farcaster content. He actually posts a lot on Lens protocol and Farcaster, and on Firefly, you will be able to see them all. You will be able to see them all in this entire cross-DID profile, which is really, really convenient. And we have did many iterations throughout this journey, and one primary goal is we want this app to be useful on a daily basis. We want to satisfy a Web2's user. We want to keep dogfooding us, keep improving the loading speed, keep polishing different buttons and making this app look elegant, like a real smooth, Web2 app. And this is where we are so far. So this is the latest iteration, and it's already available on App Store as well as Google Play, but on an invitation code basis. So if you need a code, I will be able to distribute some today. And on top of this multi-dimensional diverse timeline, we also have some ranking content, which would be this Discover tab. We also did a lot of iterations. So previously, it's very like financially driven. You'll be able to see, how much money your friends made on chain, what kind of, how many NFTs they purchased. But now we made it like a more like social focus. So on top of this financial gain, we are trying to display more like visual stuff, such as we're gonna recommend you to interesting people based on your on-chain activity, and then we're gonna recommend you, what NFT, our newest on-chain donations are out there, and give you, something you might like. And here are more screenshots from the current app, and this is another iteration we did, and then later we abandoned, and especially erased this holding value because we feel like it's a little bit dehumanizing to just brutally put a number of the assets. Can you put up the beta test code here? And just not long ago, this app is available on App Store and the Google Play. And if you join this beta test group, now this one, he's pulling it right now. If you join this beta test group, we will be able to distribute some invitation codes, and in the future we might have a Lens handle drop collaboration with Lens. So if you do it now, you might have a chance to win a Lens handle, which is really popular right now and quite expensive right now. Yeah, this is Firefly, which is Mask's latest effort to improve, to contribute to the decentralized social world, and I hope everyone likes Firefly.